Hey, welcome once again to the only show on the internet that tells you things that are really going to help you go from where you are now to where you want to go. You know where you want to go, but you're going to need the right information, and here you get it from a pure source, from somebody who's been there, done that, 40 years of success, Hall of Fame entrepreneur, happens to be also my friend, my partner, my mentor, somebody I respect a great deal, Hubert. With that, I want to welcome you into the stage today. How do you do?
I'm doing great, Mauricio. Great being with you. It's good. It's good to be with another fellow serial entrepreneur.
Hey, thank you. I couldn't imagine in a million lives that we'd be doing this. You know, from the minute I saw that CD, from that magazine that I found on the Barnes and Nobles, the CD says, Conquer. And I looked at that, and here we are. It's amazing. It's amazing how life works sometimes.
You know, that Success magazine article we had, the whole book was about our one of our companies we were building, and had all our stars in there, and on the front it was talking about conquer your future, and that's
right.
That's sort of been
my
that's been my war cry and promise to people. If you come join us on this extraordinary expedition, you got a chance to conquer your future. You can't do it by yourself, but boy, we'll help you. And conquer means you got to fight for it. And you won't, when you're gonna go to battle and when you're gonna have to fight, you don't want to do it alone. You want to be able to have backup and support and leadership and all the things that can help you win the battle that you happen to be fighting. And that's what happens when in our businesses we've just made a whole business of that.
And now that you bring up, that article, I saw a lot of people, and their stories were just amazing. People that were like me. They were coming from a certain place, and they were able to achieve. They were able to conquer their lives. They were able to conquer their future because they were following a system, which is the subject of today, is today's topic, which is to be successful, we have to align ourselves with system builders. If we bring it into the company that we're building, HCI System Builders, but I think that in any business, right, in any endeavor, people need to align themselves with those leaders that are following a system. Because it's important for me to bring up that phrase you used on one of the previous podcasts, which was, hey, listen, I'm not a self-made nothing. I am a system-made millionaire. That triggered a new way of thinking in my mind, like system. It's all systematized. And if you look at anything that's really successful, is the whole system behind it. So let's talk about that. How can people, or why should people align themselves with system builders? Not just anybody going in business, but knowing that there are systems backing it up.
Well, I promise you this, that I've lived by that, because if I had not aligned myself with this system and with some people, even though it was before I got in A.L. Williams, it was preparatory to that. Mm-hmm. 2 or 3 years prior to that, when I was in my Amway days trying to escape from the railroad, wasn't making much money, but all of a sudden I find this system, and I realized that they had one of the guys that was the architect of this system, which later became the genesis for what caused Amway to grow into almost 100 million people recruited and probably 1 billion clients and 100 plus countries, and it just, anyway, that little seed, that when he was just starting that, I was able to, it was a kind of a glorious accident. I won't go into right now how on other shows we'll talk about, or I may have talked about how I found that, but I did find this genesis of this little system, and I aligned myself with it as much as I could. A little railroad guy down in Macon, Georgia, wanting to be somebody, and all my uplines had faded, and I was just left down here. The only guy that I knew left in the business was this big star up in who lived up in New York, who was the biggest guy in the company. But I aligned myself with a system, and it kept me going. And all of a sudden, the Art Williams starts the A.L. Williams Company about that time, and I ended up through a series of events learning about it, joining when it's only about 30 active people, and the very beginning, the ground floor, and this system comes in with his crusade, and the blending of those two powerful thrust engines took A.L. Williams into great heights. But the key was that I aligned with the system first, and everybody I recruited thereafter was challenged to align with that same system, and to the degree that they did, they had success. And then as you go and compound thousands and thousands and thousands, literally 1.5 million recruits through that 14 years, with hundreds, several hundred thousand of them actually aligning with it, and it creates this monstrous thing that ended up being sold, or Sandy Weil became Primerica Financial today. That was because I found a system, then I aligned with it. Didn't understand everything about it, but I just had ignorant enthusiasm, and I aligned with it, and as best I could, and I got better at it, and it was saving me from myself. That system did everything that I didn't know how to do. It compensated for all these abilities that I had not developed yet, all these skills I didn't have yet, all the money I hadn't earned yet, all the confidence I hadn't gained yet, all the experience I didn't have yet. All that was embedded in this little old system, and we were able to take all these newbies, these new people coming in all over the country, in the United States and Canada, and even down in Mexico at that particular time. Mm-hmm. We were recruiting like crazy and built a big empire out there today, because it came from this word alignment. If I had not aligned, was I in perfect alignment? But I was probably as perfect as I could have gotten at that particular moment. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough perfection, high degree of perfection enough for me to have results that propelled me forward and was worthy of other people copying me. See, when you're in the duplication business, one of the first things that I learned a long time ago, and one reason why I always worked so hard and never slacked up, because I knew somebody was watching, my people were going to be watching me. Because there's an old saying that when you're in the duplication business, you got to make sure that your master copy is worth duplicating.
Absolutely.
It's got to be something that somebody knows, if I duplicate him, I'm going to make some money. I'm going to get to success because he's getting to success, and he's letting me follow the same system that got him there. I'm going to follow that system, and he's going to help coach me, and others are going to help coach me. So it's that alignment with a success system that really is the genesis of everything that we've ever done. Yeah. You take that out of it, and it's like taking the arch stone out of an arch. Boom, you pull it out, boom, everything falls. That one stone, and so anyway, that's where that's I know about alignment because the key, but then you got to inspire enough leaders to be worthy enough that their downlines want to follow them too, and then their downlines follow them, who follow them, who follow them, and all of them have a whole. If one guy's weaker, they can always look around that guy and see somebody up in the system. If they can't find anybody, look at me at the top. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and make sure at least they're going to find one copy of the system, and it's me. And so, but we had a lot of people who had varying degrees of it, and it was just a whole bunch. It's like a giant chiropractic movement where we just constantly gave chiropractic adjustments of people staying in line. It's like lining up your spine back there, you know.
Good analogy. Yeah.
That's what it is. And that, as a leader, I was just a giant financial team building chiropractor that was constantly, try to keeping them in shape.
Align them. Yeah.
That's what alignment. And alignment creates velocity. What I found out, the more you're out of alignment, the slower your body gets. The pain slows you down. But if you want to get aerodynamic, if you want to be able to be built for speed, have the greatest chance to break the gravitational pull of Earth, which we all are fighting, this average and ordinaryism that's called gravity, we need to have an alignment. The better alignment you are, the faster you can learn the right knowledge, the faster you can assimilate that knowledge down through your hierarchies, and you build your speed. You build your teams at the speed of alignment, and to the degree, whatever degree of alignment your collective group has. And so alignment is critical. It's critical in life. And all these people that are out watching and looking and listening, there's millions and millions and millions of people out there today that are searching, that are good people, that are probably better than me, better than a lot of people we've ever recruited. Mm-hmm. They just haven't ever been able to get aligned with the right thing yet. Well, there's a lot of things you can get aligned with out there. Just be careful. Be careful when you're aligning yourself. I mean, just because you found the right system or the right ladder, if you lean it against the wrong wall or the wrong company, you climb the wrong wall. You need to have but you do need to get aligned, and we challenge you to come get aligned with us and conquer your future.
That's it. All I would have to add to this, because we'll wrap it up for the day, is that I've seen in your example the great wealth and success in these great companies that have been built. And the great wealth for everybody building right now in the current company is that they are able to leverage, like you said, other people's time. They're able to leverage other people's will, but it only can happen if you have exactness, or try to have as close as you can, the exactness of a system. So otherwise you can't get that speed, you can't get that duplication. If you can't get the duplication, there's no speed. So how are you going to leverage will? How are you going to leverage time if you can't have exactness in your duplication? That's why, to be successful, we need to align ourselves to the system and the leadership. Well said, Hubert. Very clear message today. Hope everybody got the value out of it today. I'm sure they did. And so before we wrap it up, I cannot forget to thank our sponsor. It's Hegemon Group International, and I cannot pass the opportunity to invite you to check out the best opportunity in America today, the opportunity that becomes the vehicle that can take you from where you are now to where you want to go. Those dreams, those life experiences, things that you want are closer than you think if you align yourself with the right team, the right leadership, the right system in the most powerful industry in the world today, which is the financial industry. So go to hciopportunity.com, check out the opportunity, and then let us know what you think about it once you go and listen to the content. hciopportunity.com. With that being said, please like, comment, and share if you found value in this podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And Hubert, have a record Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll do it. See you later.
Warning, this podcast may change the way you think about business, entrepreneurship, and money forever. The Conquistador Podcast was created for dreamers, entrepreneurs, and leaders who want to conquer their future. To be an epic entrepreneur, you must adopt the right mental paradigms as well as master the art of selling, marketing, and finance.